Hello everybody and welcome back to All the Mods 11. Guess I'm gonna have to get used to saying that. We've had a long time with All the Mods 10, but now we're on the 11th series, and as you can see, I made just a tiny bit of off camera progress. There we go. I went and grabbed as many different saplings as I can. That way we can build and make our builds beautiful with the different types of woods. And then I also went mining a little bit, as you can see, just to grab some basic resources which we might need. And luckily enough, we finally do have the Jade mod in here, which up top, as you can see, will display what we're looking at. So, we have a lot planned for today's episode, as I do want to become super productive. We'll be building either in between episodes or next episode. I'll figure it out. But for now, let's begin with some compasses. Now, I want to create two compasses today. I want to create the Explorer's Compass and the Nature's Compass, as they're really cheap right now. Little tip, they are going to be changed, this crafting recipe, to something more expensive later on, hence why I'm crafting it right now. So I'm going to need 4 logs of any type, and then 4 saplings of any type, followed by 4 cobwebs. I already gathered the resources, as you can see, and then 4 cracked stone bricks, and then just like that, oh, we're going to need the compasses, of course. We can make the Nature's Compass, which looks for biomes, and then the Explorer's Compass, which looks for structures. So if I want to say, here, let's look for a beach, we're going to go in here, right click it, type in beach, and it's going to guide us to the nearest beach, which of course is just right over there. Let's say we want to look for the stronghold, which is very overpowered. We can see that it's 1500 blocks way off in that direction, which is actually a long ways. We want to go look for an ancient city. It's 1000 blocks in that direction. So simple stuff like that, but very overpowered. Next thing I want to get done is I want to make an iron farm, because our iron supply pretty crappy. But if we, because I was also preparing for this episode, that way we don't have to do a bunch of, off-camera work. We're just going to need some buckets of lava. There we go. And now, if we grab some lava, which I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there's some, yeah, right behind my house. So let's hop on this horse that we got. I did find a faster one, so we traded it out. But with this lava, we can now make some iron farms. Now, you may be asking, how does this work? Well, it's quite simple, honestly. So we use all of our materials like this to craft these farms, and then what we do from there, what we can do is head to a village, which, if I remember, yep, from last episode, is just right over this hill here. Alrighty, here we are, and then we simply find a villager, shift, right click it, and we can pick it up as an item, which is kind of cursed if you think about it. But you can grab multiple if you need to. I did craft multiple iron farms, as you can see right here, so I am just going to grab a few if I see them. Luckily, I already did sweep out this village for the most part, that's why there's not many. And now we're going to head back to our house, and with these villagers, we're going to be able to place them inside of these blocks, and it's basically going to simulate the iron farm experience without having to deal with the ginormous ugly build in your backyard. Okay, here we are. I'm just going to set some of these right here. 5. I'm going to just place a couple. There we go. I don't know how many I can actually make, but we're going to simply right click them in there, and this little villager guy is going to see the zombie, get scared, and then spawn an iron golem in a second. And what we can actually do is grab the rest of these. I have some lurking in here. I don't remember where I put all of them though. Oh, here we go. We got some more, and I think that is everything. Now these can be kind of loud, so I'm going to teach you a way to mute these in a second. Let's go like this. Okay. So we have 11 set up, pretty decent, but as you can hear, we have this annoying villager and zombie sound. So I'm going to go to muffler, and then I'm going to do all in the corner, and we're going to type in zombie, or actually before we look for that, I'm going to put an anchor here, and then we're going to do set anchor, and we can basically change the radius if we want. So I'm going to do in like a 15 block radius from here, and then if we click recent, we can see what we're actually hearing. So the recent sounds we made is villager ambient, which I'm going to mute that, zombie ambient, and I think that should be everything we need. And then we just simply back out. And now as you can see, if I mute myself, there is absolutely no annoying sounds going on. Now we will be able to hear the iron golems once they eventually do spawn, but typically takes a minute or so, and then I'll be right back when the first ones spawn. And there they are, just a couple seconds later. Whew, that's really loud though, sorry about that. I'm going to mute the death and the hurting sound, that way we don't have that super loud audio. And now, if we simply right click, we can see that the iron golems dropped, which is really nice actually, the regular amount that they would normally drop. And then we can eventually put pipes under here, or hoppers. I prefer pipes as they are a bit cheaper. And we can get the iron automatically. Now the reason why I set the iron farms up first is because we're actually going to need this iron to craft one more thing called a farmer. Now, if you can put two and two together, you can take a wild guess at what this does. It's going to allow us to farm goods for us. And it's quite a simple craft, similar to the iron farm. We're just going to need a lot of glass panes. And instead of the stone, we're just going to need some dirt. That should be enough. And then some iron, which luckily enough we now have plentiful amounts of. And look at that, all this iron. And from just one cycle alone, we got 41 iron. So now we don't need to worry about iron in this Let's Play. Let's create this farmer. So we're just going to go like that. And the issue that we're running into now is that we don't have any villagers to put in here. So I'm going to find something called a breeder. And if you can take another wild guess at what this does, it's going to breed the villagers for us. So we're going to need some beds. So let's head over to the village. I am going to sleep first though, as I don't want it to, spawn a bunch of zombies as it is right now. Uh-oh, I see one next to me. Please don't. Okay. Whew. We're good. Luckily, this is not on hard mode, as I kind of don't want it to be on hard mode. When there's going to be a bunch of dangerous bosses and stuff in the future, it's just going to kind of suck unless we're geared up. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We need to go through all the vanilla steps. We need to get enchantments. We need to go to the end. Whew, we got a lot of progress ahead of us. Here I was thinking that there's not much to this mod pack just yet. A nice thing that they added, as well as Jade, is the Croptopia mod, which unfortunately did get removed in all the mods 10 due to a crash, but it is back, and we have my favorite thing in here. So if we get some toast, or some bread should I say, we can simply smelt it into toast, and if you look at the quantity amounts, the toast gives you so much more saturation just for simply smelting it too, which is amazing. So I'm going to be using that to our advantage since we have a lot of hay from this village. So now let's kidnap these beds. We're just going to grab a couple. We don't really need too many breeders, luckily. Ooh, there's a chest in here I've not yet looted. Okay, that was kind of buns. So I'm thinking that 3 breeders will be fine. Now, there is a secret little command in here called /home. So if you type /home, or sorry, /set home, wherever you are, it will set a little mark for you, like you won't see it visually, but then wherever you are in the world, if you type /home, you can teleport to your house. Now, I don't know how well it works with horses, that's why we're going to test it out here in a second, but I already typed the /set home command back at the house there, so if I type /home, yeah, that's what I thought, it boots off our little horse. Now I know there is a way to teleport stuff with waystones if you're in a boat, but horses can't be in boats. So we kind of got a little unfortunate there, a little unlucky. But we now have 3 breeders like so. We're just going to simply set these on top there. Oh no, it's getting hurt. Get out of the berries. Whew. We're going to set him back in his horse hole. Okay, breeders. We're going to need to, unfortunately, take out some guys from our farm. There we go. And then we're going to put 2 in each. I don't know. There's a little visual bug. It's okay. Nothing too bad. Let's grab these. So the visual bug is if you place 1 in there, it becomes invisible, which is kind of crappy, but it's okay. And then for food items, I'm just going to simply do some bread, as I know I have that somewhere around here. Oh yeah, look at all this. So we're just going to do that, turn it into bread, and I'm going to split it evenly between the 3 of these. There we go, 53 each. And then we're going to put the food items in there. And this is a little bit of a slower machine compared to the iron farms over here. But when we do eventually have it, it's going to pop out a little baby villager item in the output here, like so. It's just going to look like that. And we're going to simply pick it up. And there is something called an incubation or an incubator, which, if you can guess, grows up the baby villagers. So we're going to need some wool, and then here we go. Let's see how much an incubator does. I did not word that the wisest. Okay. Incubators down here at the bottom. Okay, so we can do 5 at a time. That's good. What I'm thinking we're going to do is craft some pipes now. So if I type in the pipes mod, we do an item pipe, we're going to see that we need some droppers, which aren't too bad to craft. And then I'm actually going to craft, since they come in 16, I'm going to craft 64, because we can do that. Uh-oh, we're out of iron. Oh no, where will we ever get some iron? There we go. Easy. And then we're going to need a pipe wrench from this mod, which, if I remember correctly, yep, is 2 flint and then 2 sticks. So we're just going to need to find some gravel, which is quite easy since we are next to this ocean. Uh-oh, I ran out of food. Okay, let's grab this. Come on, don't drown, don't drown. There we go. We got our gravel, and let's pop up out of the water. You see that smooth transition there? And what I'm going to do is actually craft us some toast. That way we don't have to worry about starving again. So if we go like that, and then there we go, we got our bread. Let's throw it in there, get some toast going. And now that the toast is melting, we can craft our pipe wrench, like so. And what we're going to do from here is put the pipe sucking from up here. Dang, that was quick. Okay, a lot quicker than I thought. So you notice that's all connected right now. To remove a pipe, if it's like this, we're going to simply shift right click. There you go. So now it's like this, and you're like, why is it still not going down? Well, to get it to go down, you're going to need to shift right click the top part. As you can see, there's 2 different outlines here. You're going to shift right click the top, and then it'll give you this lip right here. And then with the lip, it's basically saying, hey, I'm going to suck from up here and down into there. So these will slowly grow now. And then if we simply put a chest or a barrel, one or the other, let's see what we have. Barrel it is. We grab the barrel, and then what I'm going to do is simply grab some pipes here, and we're going to make this a little bit prettier here. We're going to put the pipes underneath these incubators, and then we're going to say that whenever they're done, we're going to put the lips on there, and it should automatically, if I'm not mistaken, connect up to the barrel there. So we now have a villager farm until we run out of food, of course. So this is going to produce the baby villagers. This is going to incubate them, make sure that they're getting grown up, and then we'll have our villagers to fill up these in the future. So with that little bit of work that we just did over the span of what, like 15 minutes, we now have infinite villagers, infinite iron basically, and we're soon going to have infinite crops. We just quickly need to get some villagers. So while that's underway, oh, my mine's right there. Where do we want this at? I'll just put it here for now. We're gonna make our base prettier, as I said in a later episode. Um, as we don't really need much iron after all this, I'm just gonna kidnap some of these guys. There we go. And then I'm gonna throw them in there. And do we need to hoe the ground? I forgot. I don't think so. Okay. So now we just grab the crop that we want to plant, which I want some wheat, potatoes, and carrots. There we go. And actually, I just realized we can get some more hearts potentially. As you can see, I got 2 more in between episodes. But we're going to place the wheat seeds in there, the carrots there, and the potatoes there. And these are eventually going to harvest them, and then similar to the iron farm, we can hook this up to some pipes out to a storage system. So let's do that quickly. Let's grab our pipes, and just like last time, I'm gonna, whoa, that grew quick. Okay, we're gonna head down here, grab pipes, place them there, and then barrel. That should place them in there. This is a whole nother thing though, because we don't really need all these, as we only have the 2 villagers in here running. So I'm just gonna simply go down here. We're gonna place the pipes, hook them up, and then the barrel. Now one thing that I don't like is once you place the iron farms down, they do not stack. So that's going to be a slight issue. But there we go. So now that we have all these goods going, and whoa, that actually gave us a lot of crops. Okay, that's good. We'll let that run. What I'm going to do now is head into the nether, and it's good that we got that flint, honestly, because we can make some flint and steel. We're going to keep our explorer's compass with us, and our nature's one, if I can find it. There we go. That way we can easily explore the nether. And let's just place our portal here for now. And of course, we are not broke here, so we're going to make a big and bougie portal. Is that 4 blocks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. So we're going to go up like this. And look at that. We got a super big portal now. Let's hop on in. Okay. We got a lot of ores here from all the ores mods. We don't really need any of these as of right now. What I'm going to be looking for is some of this quartz here, as we're going to need that for refined storage in the future. And then I'm going to look for a nether fortress, which we can see is, dang, why are all these so far away? 800 blocks in that direction. And luckily enough for us, we can actually see the general area around us, and we can see that there's going to be a warped forest up ahead, which will be great as we can get a new type of wood for our builds. Oh, and look at that. I didn't see this on the mini-map, but we have our crimson here as well, so we got both of the woods that we need. I'm just going to, since we have vein mine, grab a bunch while we're here, as you never know when it might come in handy. There we go. Okay, I'd say about a stack of each is fine, but my axe is gonna, break. So, with this wood, we're gonna make a brand new axe, thanks to our backpack here. We basically have all the materials that we need to craft, and then we're gonna use our map and our compass to both see which direction we need to go in. Can't really get there. Oh, of course there's a bastion here. Well, I suppose we should go on a little side quest. Now, since my spawn is set at my house, what I'm actually going to do is type /set home. That way, in case I do die, I can just simply teleport back here, as this is, I'm a content creator, so we're just trying to make this video easier for y'all, not so boring trash. And I did just realize that I am not wearing any gold. Do we have any gold on me? No. That is awkward. Okay. New plan. We're going to just simply try to find the chests. And then get the heck out of here. We're already being shot at. Where are they shooting me from? I don't know what kind of bastion this is either. All I know is that's not the good one. But if I remember correctly, there is a chest somewhere around here. Uh-oh. Chest. Uh, where is this chest at? Okay. We're just gonna make this safe for us. We got a lodestone. Not really needed. Gold boots. Okay, perfect. It knew exactly what I needed. It's not the best loot, but it's loot that won't make the piglins kill me. And then... Is that the only chest? Oh. Oh, this is a bridges. Okay. Or bridge. You get one, which one I'm talking about. Oh, brute. There's a brute. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Ooh, there's a lot of gold here. This is a good one. Okay. Let's snatch all this gold. 16 gold blocks is actually amazing since we had none before. And then now, I think we got everything we need. Let's continue on looking for this fortress. Okay, let's see if I can bridge this gap. Oh, oh, I found the chest. Oh, I found the chest. Oh, oh no. I found the chest though. Okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Blocks. I need blocks. I thought that those were the only... Dang, this is a good bastion. Okay. Oh god. I did not know that my recording was paused. No. Get away. Shoot, and we're out of food. Ooh, gosh. Okay. Food, 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 food. Perfect. Grab some of you. Do this quick, come on. Okay. Better. I need an ender pearl. Of course, there's no boat for that. Oh, I thought that was about to be really easy for a second. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Mama, I'm scared. Mama, Mama, there, girl behind you. Yes. Oh, coming in clutch. Okay. Let's rethink our strat here. Let's go back. Oh, that was such a good clutch. Okay. I'm going to box myself in. Okay. I know this is the scaredy cat strat, but I'm not dying today. Okay, first chest. Decent loot. Second chest. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Oh, that's annoying. Could have used that pickaxe. And third chest. Again, some more decent loot. Okay, let's get the heck out of here now before I die. Oh my gosh. Lifesaver. I just found a waystone in my backpack, which means that we're not going to have to traverse the nether every time we want to go to this fortress. We just need to get there, place this down, and we should be good. Okay, I threw a pearl. Let's hope it doesn't land in lava. Okay, we're good. Let's see. 500 blocks away. Where the heck is this thing at? Also, I should have probably said this earlier. Here's a seed if you want to play along. I started on version 0.0.2, and now we're on version 0.0.4 of the mod pack. I switched just in between episodes. Whew. Okay, how far are we? 400 blocks. This is taking forever. Oh, and I forgot those were in the game now. We have spears, which are a new feature of vanilla Minecraft, and they can be very overpowered if you get the right circumstances. Do I trust the fall? Okay, we're good. So here's my question. Why is it having me go all the way over here if there's a fortress right there? I mean, it doesn't... I don't know if that's exactly a fortress or a different structure, but we'll go check it out afterwards. Oh, snap. some very overpowered stuff, although we can definitely not get it right now. It's good to know that it is in the mod pack right now. We will be coming back for that later. And here we are at the fortress. It's mostly underground. So I'm going to set a little waypoint, and we're going to name it Fortress. There we go. And let's begin looting, shall we? Withered Rib, Obsidian. Okay, we need to upgrade our backpack before we do anything else, because we have no more room. Luckily, we have enough diamonds, so let's do that. It's going to add one more chest worth of stuff, so 27 slots. There we go. No longer need the compasses. Okay. Warts, perfect. Now all we need is blaze rods, which hopefully I can see somewhere around here. I'm hoping that we can use, what is this? Dispels blaze fireballs and reflect gas fireballs when held. Put out fires on and around you. So what I'm hearing is I should hold this right about now. I kind of want to test that. This actually seems really overpowered. Okay, so I'm hoping it works in my offhand, because if I have to deal with it in my main hand, this will be kind of a trash item. But, ooh, don't mind if I do. But hopefully, it's a good item. Blaze spawner, yes, there we go. I'm actually probably going to get rid of that old waypoint in a second here, and we're going to move to the blaze spawner. That way we're just a little bit closer and we don't have to track all the way back. And sometime either this episode or next episode, hopefully this episode honestly, we can get a storage system up and running. Oh gosh. Okay. Yes, blaze attacks don't do anything basically. Watch, ready? Wait for it. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. Although, I do not want this guy attacking me. Okay. So while we're chilling here, waiting to get some blaze drops, I'm going to put blaze here. Oh gosh, that's a really OP guy. And I heard a music disc, which means that he's got one in this backpack. We'll grab that in a second. Sorry, it's really loud. I tried turning it down. Maybe we turn it down just a bit more. Oh! Oh, the gravestone mod's in here. This is where it gets kind of overpowered. We just type /back, and we're back to where we were. Pretty nice. Let's kill these guys. So the reason why I died is because it blocks their fireball attacks, but it does not block their hit attacks. So if you're actually standing right next to them, they can actually like physically like punch you. And that's where I died. So our goal now is to simply get a bunch of blaze rods, as I don't really want to come back here again to do it. So we're just gonna farm this for a bit, and then I'll be back when I think we have a decent amount. Okay, I've made this little cage area, but I think that 13 should be enough for now. Oh, so let's head back to home. I'm gonna honestly type /spawn. We're just going to have to walk all the way back to our house, as that is the fastest way since I did type /home in the nether. But once we get home, I am definitely going to place down a waystone. That way we don't have to go super far again. And let's quickly see what's inside this backpack. As I saw, yep, jukebox upgrade, perfect. And then we have other side and stall, so that's going to be perfect. So if we want to, what we can do is we can open up our main backpack, put in our advanced jukebox upgrade, and we can put in other side, and then if I want to click play, and we turn up our music, or is it this one? We can now listen to other side. Okay, let's see how much, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I suppose these chunks weren't loaded. Okay, well, we didn't make anything while we were gone. I forgot to keep the chunks loaded, but we did get some toast. That is so good and so helpful because that is why we were dying a bunch in the nether. Let's grab our crafting table, put it there. Oh, put a waystone at home. Let's say home. There we go. Okay, now that we have this figured out, let's set up a storage system. Okay, so done some research, figured out what we need to get done for this crafting setup. So I think I am just going to set it right here for now, as well, we can't really put it much else. Our house is pretty tiny. Um, but we are going to need quite a lot of stuff. All this stuff here, actually. A disk drive, a controller, a casing to craft some of the stuff, crafting table, 1K storage disk, and then a Sterling generator. So, what I'm going to do is grab our quartz, grab our iron, grab our gold, basically all of our rich necessities, as in diamonds, quartz, redstone, maybe copper. I don't even really know what we need at this point, but I'm just making sure that we have a decent amount of stuff. Okay, let's begin crafting. So first off, we're going to need a disk drive, which is going to require a machine casing, which is right here. I think we're going to need 3 of these. So to make these, we're going to need quartz enriched iron and then any stone. And to make that, we're just going to need this here. So let's craft, I don't know what the heck I just did. Let's craft some of this. That is not going to be enough. What do we need? More iron? Oh no! How do we get more iron? Okay, that should be enough. Let's grab some of that. And then from here, I think for the whole thing, we are just going to need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now with this, we're going to craft, we're crafting the disk drive first. So we're going to need an advanced processor, which you get by smelting this thing. Okay, we're going to need a lot of silicone. I'm just going to grab, for now, 16 silicone. Let's hope that that'll be enough, and I'm actually going to divide it between that. So I'm going to let that smelt down. What else do we need for these confusing processors? Processor binding, ooh, which is slime and string. How would we get slime? Jellyfish from aquaculture, or we can just hope that we get lucky in a cave. Actually, I know what we're going to do. Okay, very simple idea. Let's grab our nature's compass, and I'm pretty sure I already have found a swamp. Oh, it's way up there. Is there one nearby? Okay, this is a swamp region. Oh, look at that. Swamp right there. So we're going to head over to the swamp here, and we're going to wait for it to turn night and hope that we get some slimes. Okay, I've done the math, and I think we're going to need about, what is it, 7 of these processors, so we only really need 1 slime. Okay, that's actually really way easier than I thought. I thought this was going to craft 1, but crafts 8, so that's perfect. Alrighty, here we are in the swamp region. Now we just kind of got to sit here and hope that we eventually see a slime when it turns night, as it's currently just raining right now. And just like that, the song's over. Oh, I can get down to some stall. Sun's coming down though, so we're gonna have to be on the lookout. Na, 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 na. Okay, stall. You're gonna have to wait a second. It's nighttime. Where are these slimes at? Unless Mojang just lied to me and they don't spawn. That would actually suck. If I were a slime... Oh, there we go. It officially turned night. As you can see, my mini map just got, like, freakishly dark. So, we're going to look at the little icons, and we're going to see if we get a little lucky. I don't see any slime just yet. Okay, I see something weird on my mini map, and it's the color of slime. So if it's not a slime, I'm going to be really, really sad. Come on, where'd it go? It was just here. Where'd it go? Okay, it's lower. I can hear it. Is it in this cave? Slime! Let's kill this. Oh my gosh, yes, let's get as many as we can. Don't you dare fall into that cave. Oh my gosh, it fell into the cave. Okay, we got one. Is this guy going to jump off too? Okay. Got 3. Okay, I'll take 3. This is not where our home is. I cannot wait for the mod FTB chunks to be in here, because when they eventually do add that, that means that we can chunk load certain areas, and that will allow our farms back at our base to constantly be running, so if we're ever far away, we can still have that iron pumping out. Okay, we're back home, and hopefully we now have everything to do this. Ooh, you know what, now that I think about it, we might need some string. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's get this thing done with because it's starting to drive me crazy. Okay, disk drive. What do we need for this? We need processor bindings. Okay, let's grab you. Then we're going to need a chest, machine casing. We already have that. So we need an advanced processor. Oh, we need our silicone. Okay, grab you. Advanced processor. We'll grab you. And then we should have everything for that now. Let's see, we need another advanced processor for this controller. Machine casing, we already have that. Silicone, good. Okay, now all we need to worry about is this grid here. So we need a construction core, which is going to be basic processor. And I'm pretty sure we're going to need 2 of these. What am I missing? Uh-oh, I need more iron. Oh no. Okay, let's grab another one of these. And let's just start smelting these bad boys down. Okay, so, because we're going to need one for both the construction core and the destruction core. And then we're going to need 2 improved processors. And I think that should be it. And then for our storage itself, we're going to be putting these drives inside of the disk drive. So for that, we're going to need some glass. Do we have any more? Oh, hold up. Found some spare iron, might as well use that. And then we can select small square on our Ultimine. Just grab some of this. There we go. Okay, got 2 different types of silicone, but they work the same. I got this one from throwing in the blast furnace. So what we're going to do now is grab a disc. We're going to grab 2 of them because we're that bougie. And then we're going to craft them up into these storage discs. There we go. Okay, let's craft our machines now. We need our energized quartz, which we got plenty of. Let's grab that. I don't know why I turned southern there for a second. That should be good, something like that. Disk drive, we're going to need a chest. Boom, boom. There we go. And now we have the disk drive done. Then we're going to need the controller done. And then finally a grid, which, oh yeah, we need our little guys to be changed. Where's our little guys? There they are. We gotta put quartz with this one, and then glowstone with this one. And then we're gonna make our grid. And we're gonna turn that into a crafting grid. Shoot, we need one more advanced processor. Oh no, good thing we're rich. Let's throw that in there. And then we need a crafting table as well. So all this stuff isn't too hard to make. It's just decently tedious. Boom, crafting grid. Okay. How I'm going to set this up, and you don't have to do the same way if you don't want to. I'm going to put my controller in the top, crafting grid in the middle, disk drive down below, and with this we're going to be able to store 2,000 items for now. Not too much, it sounds like a lot, but it's honestly not that much. And then we're going to need to find a way to supply power to this. And that's where this little generator thingy from Ender.io is going to come in. So we're going to need to head down to Bedrock with a flint and steel to grab some of these grains of infinity for the void chassis. But besides that, that's all we really need from the mod. We just need the grains of infinity plus that generator. What are the odds that I dig straight down and we get into a trial chamber? That is actually crazy. I do not want to deal with that though, so we're just going to kind of get out. Okay, we'll save that for a later day. Okay, this seems like a further cave. I used this cave when I went mining. Pretty decent cave. Okay, let's try the good old dig straight down again. I'm so cool for that, I hope y'all know. Okay, small square. We are at bedrock right now. It's going to be kind of hard to see, I apologize for that. But there is a piece of bedrock right here and right here, so, ooh, there you go, now you can see. So we're going to put fire on top of these, and they're eventually going to turn into the grains of infinity. It's actually just as simple as that. We're going to need 4 of those, but I'm going to grab more just in case. So give it a second here. Any second. There we go. We got one. This guy's taking a little bit of a longer time. Perfect. There's 2. Now we just need 2 more. Ooh, one of them just gave me 2. Oh, another one did too. No, I'm not typing /home again. Fell for that the first time. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. Okay, after a long journey, we're here. I'm going to type /set_home. That way I don't forget next time. And now we should have everything to craft this generator. We're just going to need 1 piece of regular deep slate. And then maybe some more iron. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's grab this. So first we're going to craft an iron gear. Quite simple. We're going to craft 2 of these actually. Then the void chassis. And then finally we're going to need a furnace. And then with all the rest of the stuff we should be good. Let's grab the generator. And if I remember correctly, this just runs off of coal. Hopefully. Good thing we got a lot of that. And do we need... I think we do need both of these charged up. Oh, we just need this one charged up apparently. Okay, there we go. Let's run some power in this. And if we come back around, if we just have the controller charging. Hold up. We need it to go to this thing, so push out to here, right? Capacitor missing. Oh, well, good thing we grabbed that at the start of the show, or at the start of the series. It's that weird looking thing. This thing. You can find that in loot chests. Base modifier, 3 point. This one's enhanced, so it looks pretty good. And now, we have our whole little system running. We can throw everything in there. I kind of need those though, and that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do descending, that way the bigger numbers are at the top, and then we're going to do screen size large. And now here comes the fun part. We're going to do small square, And we're just going to throw everything. Oh, see, 1K was not enough. We still need a bunch more. So, here comes the point where we craft a bunch of those 1K cells. Luckily enough, we do have a crafting grid now, so let's hope that we have everything we need. And we don't. We need more silicone off the bat. And we need more, what was it, glass? Yeah, okay. Now, I would definitely be doing AE2 right now, but it's not in the mod pack just yet. So for now, we are going to be fine with refined storage. I'm just going to stick to that basic setup right here. I don't plan on changing it anytime soon, just simply because it's easy. So if I'm getting this right, the better the capacitor we have, the better fuel efficiency we have. It's good to know. Okay, grab that, throw it in there. Oh, we need our silicone. Shoot. Okay, let's grab that. Okay, I think we have everything now. What do we need more of? Silicone. Good thing we're getting more of that. So, boom. Uh-oh. Running into a lot of problems here. Let's grab some more of you. And we got enough redstone there. Perfect. We got 2. I want to make 1 more. There we go. 3. Oh, that is not the right thing. Let's craft 1 more of these. Then we can craft the discs. Perfect. Let's throw you in there. Uh-oh. Why can you only hold 4? I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Well, it can only hold 4 1Ks. Probably need to upgrade the disk drive. Huh. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, we now have 4,000 things of storage. So we can throw all the rest of this in there. We're just casually breaking our whole floor. And then I'm gonna, well, I don't really need to worry about this floor. Honestly, we are going to be moving houses really soon. I've been planning on it. The question is, what do I want to build? Now, I think I'm going to do a hobbit hole of sorts. So, between episodes, more than likely, you will see something completely different for my house. Oh, and it's got smooth scrolling. I do like smooth scrolling. But yeah, look at that. Now instead of searching through all of our stuff, we can do that. We can search. Let's say we need iron. Boom. Let's say we need coal. Boom. You know, all that stuff. And we can even craft with it. So let's say we want to turn this into, shoot, some ladders. Boom. Look at that. And yeah, you get the point. Anyways, I know this has been a really long episode and probably, I don't know, a very, like, unorganized one, but we really need to get that storage system done and all of this done. And look at our villagers. We got a lot. We still have a bunch of food, a bunch of crops, and a bunch of iron. So, I'd say that's a win. I'm going to be working on this area now, making it all pretty and better next time you see me. And that's all. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really does help out, and I'll see you all in the next video. Good. Bye.